Okay, so I'm gonna be doing a interlocking fralien. So I got my core all set up. It's 29 gauge frames and then 0.3 times 6 core inside of the frames. So that's my fralien frame. And then I have my D-core wire, or the core of my D-core set up, which is 26 gauge. So first I'm going to get my, let's see here, my D-core, oh here it is. So I'm gonna do 40 gauge nichrome for the fralien. So I'm gonna clap in about halfway down this, and then I'm gonna force fuse the other half to get to the end. So I probably fast forward through this because it's gonna take a while, because it's a long stick. It's like 30 inches because I'm making a long fralien. So here we go. Okay, so I got it about halfway. It's about 20 inches, actually, not 30, 20 inches, and so I did about 10. Now I'm gonna reverse the drill to loosen up a little, and I usually do it just until the, so my wire's bending outward, so until it flips bending the other way, and then I'm done. I don't reverse it until it gets all wobbly on the alien like I've seen before. So here we go. All right, and then I clip it, whoop, unwinds a little bit. Now I'm gonna force fuse the second 40 gauge into it so it's interlocked. Okay, so I'm done force fusing. So now I'm just gonna reverse the drill a little bit to loosen up just a tad. That's probably good. Clip that. Move just a little bit, but still a little, it can move a little bit, but not a whole lot. So to keep the interlocks, even and not one, like when you reverse it all the way so it becomes all wobbly, at least I feel, then the interlocks are kind of offset from each other. So I just reversed it a little bit, and then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna stretch my core that it was on. So I'm just gonna hold the swivel, and I detached it from both ends so it'll move freely, and then kind of just go in whatever direction, then just keep tension on one side so it stretches. Just like when you straighten wire, that's the stretch method. You spin the drill and hold one side and then release it so it gets straight, just the same way, so it's gonna stretch the wire a little bit. That's probably good. Man, don't forget, on one side it's gonna build up a bunch of torque and tension, so you just gotta hold it so it doesn't undo the whole thing. You just hold one side like this, and then let go of the swivel, and then it'll spin a little bit to get rid of all that tension or torque, whatever you wanna call it. All right, so we're done with that. I'm gonna detach it from my drill. And then I'm just gonna check my measurements. So I'm gonna cut this in half. So I haven't taken it off yet. I'm gonna cut it in half first, and then I'll take it off. First, gotta measure it so I know where to cut. So my core of my fralien is about 10.5 inches, and then this D-core, interlock D-core is about 17.5, close enough. I mean, I probably won't cover the whole core, but you don't really need that much for 2 coils, but I like to have a little extra just in case. All right, so I'm gonna measure this D-core again. What did I say? It was 17.5. Should probably move the camera. So I'm just gonna adjust a little bit so you can see. There we go. Okay, so I'm measuring it here. It's about 17.5. So I'm just gonna go with 17, I think. So what's half of 17? So that'd be 8.5. So we'll clip it right at 8.5. Whoop. Okay. So now we got 2 D-cores still on the core, and then I'm gonna slide them off. So that's 1. Slide off the other one, 2, and they'll just chill there for a minute. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my core of the fralien on my swivel and my drill. And let's see here. So what I like to do is, so when you loop it, I have like a loop end, and where I bent the ribbon and I bent the frame of it, and then you have like a free end where it's just like the stick. So what I like to do is I like to turn this into something I could put on my swivel. So, and I like to have this other end to start with. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna get it where my pliers one. Where'd the other one go? All right, so I'm gonna hold it with one, and then I'm gonna twist with the other one to make like a loop, something to stick through my swivel. Just make sure you do it tight enough or it'll pop open while you're pulling tension on it. All right, so that's done there. Clip off the ends, and we are going to be hooked to the swivel. So now to hook the other end of the drill, I make one of these guys. It's just, you bend a piece of excess wire, so there's a little loop, and then you stick it through the hole in the loop end. Not really that important, just my preference, what I like to do. You can put it in your drill however you want. And then we're gonna hook it into my drill, or when you make it, you'll hook it into your drill. Please don't hook yours into my drill. That won't work. All right. So we got our core and the swivel. Okay. So some people use sliders. Sometimes I do, I don't know. Sometimes I don't. Today I'm not. I'm just gonna use paper clips, and should be okay. There's one, and we'll do one more paper clip. Just kind of hold it all. I don't know. Maybe if I screw it up, then I might do a slider. That's probably good. Okay, so now it's time to put the D-core onto the frame and make your fralien. Okay, so I got my decor, attached my drill. I am trying something new. The other day we were talking about in the Draco, I can't talk today, the Draco build team chat about interlocks. And someone mentioned, a couple of the guys mentioned that they glue their ends of their decor, which I've never done. I mean, I've done tons of interlocks and all kinds of like triple and double and whatnot, and I've never done that before, but I just figured I'd give it a try. If it could make things a little easier, then hey, why not? So I got it attached, and we'll see if that works. I'm just gonna get it ready. Sometimes you gotta go a little bit to get it going, so there we go. So once it gets on, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I should go slow. Okay, so once I get started, I don't really like to stop unless I get to like one of my sliders or whatnot, or I screw it up. Because once I get in like the right angle and the groove, I just want to let it go and cross that I don't screw it up. But I got to the paper clips, I wanted to stop, and the glue on the ends, actually, I really like it. I'm kind of sold. You don't really have to worry about, I mean, usually I would let the bottom of my decor kind of just dangle, and it would kind of just adjust as I went. And I was afraid that using the glue would make it tense up and get kind of wonky, but it is actually doing really well. So I'm good recommendations. That's kind of what I find the biggest benefit of being part of the Draco build team is just picking up random stuff, even if like I'm doing something perfectly well, and then someone mentions something, it could really help out, save time, things like that. It's really a blessing to be part of the group. But so anyways, so I got about a half of one coil, so about a quarter of my whole thing. So I'm gonna finish this one, and then I'll move on to the other side. So hopefully we can get back in the right angle. All right, I'm gonna measure this to see where I'm at, because I'm almost out of decor. So I think actually that was perfect. What was it? 10 inches, about 10 inches or so of the fralien. I did 17 inches of the decor. That's almost perfect. I always kind of like guess when I do that shit. Sometimes it comes up short. So yeah, we're about 10.5 inches for the whole thing, and I am almost at 5. So I'm just gonna try to get a little bit more out of this decor to get it, almost exactly halfway, because it's good to be OCD about things. All right, so I put another paper clip on there to kind of mark where my halfway point is. I like doing that. Just makes things a little easier so I don't have to keep measuring. And then let's see how much more I can get. And I haven't had any mess ups on this so far. Wow. Okay, the gluing the ends thing, I'm doing that from now on with interlocks. I was a little skeptical, but I have been proven wrong. My teammates have been vindicated. This is Like that was super smooth. Wow, that made life a lot easier. Gotta figure out if I can try to make it work with stitch though. Stitch fraliens, interlocking fraliens. All right, so I'm done with this end. So now I'm gonna switch it around. I don't do one, well, maybe now. For now on, I might do one like shot, doing both coils. Cause before, you know, I just wanna like get one coil done so I don't screw it up, and the D-core is a lot shorter. But now, with using this super secret ninja technique that I've picked up from my brothers at the Draco Build Squad, I think I might be able to knock things out in one go. But anyways, this is what I used to do, or what past me has done before, is I do one coil on the one long core, and then I would take it out of my drill and flip it around. So obviously I cut my D-core in half. So that's what I'm gonna do. Take it out of the drill. I'm gonna wind this, and then put my little tool thing that I made, this little bendy thing that goes in the drill on this side this time. And then I can just hook this side into my swivel. Easy stuff. I'm thinking like, I mean, this is basic stuff. Most people already know this, but hey, you know what? I learned something today. Maybe you'll learn something. All right, so now, after I fuse one side, my ribbon's not quite perfect, so I'm gonna take, I hot glue the ends of my cores. So I'm gonna take a fire, and I'm gonna melt one side and just bring it across so it kind of evens up. Stuff stretches, you know, when you're like spinning it. So now my ribbon's not quite even with the frames, but now it is, now that I fixed it with the hot glue. I just melted a little bit and ran my finger across to make it all even again. All right, so now let's see if I could do coil number 2 as easy as coil number 1 was. I've also hot glued this side. So I'm going to stretch it a little bit. Ooh. Uh-oh. Go a little quick. Yeah, make sure you don't do that. When you're stretching it, don't let it slip out of your fingers, because then it gets all screwed up. All right, where were we? Okay. So, all bent up. Look at this. I don't know if you can see this. You see how like all bent up that is now? Yeah, so don't let go of it. All right, but I can fix it. So now I'm gonna stretch a little bit more. Okay. And then let go and let it unwind. Woo. Now I'm gonna attach to this end to my drill. And then I'm gonna stretch it a little bit more. I think. Let's see. Get up, stretch a little bit more. That's probably good. I definitely like under stretching because you can always stretch a little bit more, but after it's overstretched, you're kind of SOL, you know? All right, I got a little bit of wrap wire that I gotta cut off because it's getting in the way. All right, so here we go. Ooh. There we go. Uh-oh. So the side isn't going as smoothly. I think I screwed it up when I let go of it. Pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah. Brought a clip off the end, but I'm gonna have to redo this side anyways. Now it's going fine. So warning about the hot glue method. If you let go of your D-cord mid-stretch, you're screwed. So don't do that. This was another almost perfect amount of, oh, that sucks that I screwed that up, but I'll just have to redo it. But let me show you what I'm talking about, where I screwed up. And then I thought I was gonna save it. Wait, that's where I did save it. Okay, yeah, so this is where I really screwed it up. Clipped off the end and then saved it. And the rest is perfect. All the way. So that's a fralien, I guess. Obviously I'm gonna redo this side, but I don't even record that because you get it. But otherwise, if I didn't let go of the D-core and screw it up, then I would have had two perfect coils. But I'm gonna redo this, and then I'm gonna clip it, and then I'll coil them up, and we can look at them. I made another D-core, and did the hot glue, and I didn't screw up the stretch, and it was perfect. It was no hiccups at all, just a really clean second half of the stick, just as clean as the first half. So I'm going to coil it up now. So let's see here. I think today we're gonna do, yeah, just 3 millimeters. Okay, so I got this little coil jig. I don't know, I just wrapped around it. All right, so I'm gonna cut it in half. Wait, no, first I am going to put a little hot glue on the center, because what's happened to me before is when wrapping stuff with aliens and stuff with ribbon, like, you know, if you put too much pressure when you wrap it, it can kind of spread the alien and you got some gaps. So I'm just gonna put some glue in the middle just to keep that from happening, you know, because I'm not very delicate when I wrap my stuff. I just wrap it, and sometimes I put too much pressure and it'll space the alien. Okay, so that's good enough. Now I'm gonna cut it in half. Okay, going to coil it up just like normal. 1, 2, I'm gonna see how many I get. 3, 4, 5, 6. Count together. 7, 8, 9. All right. Take one off on one end. Okay. So I got, woo, where's the camera? What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wrap. That's a lot. That's way too much. That won't fit in an atomizer, a normal one. At least not mine. Let's see if we can match on this side. 1, 2, see the ribbon starting to bend. That's why I glued it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, it's a lot. So that one, 9 wraps, got a little gap, so when I take the coils, I'll take out that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. So I'm probably gonna do, I don't know, like, let me just look at my goon, held up. Probably fit 8 at the max, yeah. So we're gonna do 8, so we're gonna take 1 off this end. There we go. 8 wraps, and then we'll take 1 off this end. There we go. All right. So you can't see. Let me get a little bit closer and show you what they look like. So here are the interlocking fraliens. Ooh. See? Interlocks. Yep. So that's them. So that's it for these babies. Not too hard, I guess. I mean, it just takes, learn what you got to do and how to do it. Did a lot of practice to get, get it down. Trial by error and all that good stuff. I actually did fraliens, interlock fraliens before I did a 3-core alien. I had real trouble with regular aliens, so I tried interlocks, and I think my first one was a stitched interlock or just an interlock. I don't remember. But it was something kind of crazy that just worked one time, and I was like, oh my God, I got it. So yeah, it wasn't, after you practice a lot and get it down, it's not too hard. It's just figuring it out. So yeah, that's it. That's the interlocking fralien. And yeah, thanks.